Hi, it's Ross. I'm gonna cook you something that I know, I'm so excited. You wanna show the dogs? They're excited too. I'll do it in this bowl. This is one of my favorite lunches or dinners. I make it all the time. It's like my lasagna. No, you didn't, because you're not lasagna. I'll think of a better title. Okay, so these are turkey meatballs from Trader Joe's. Okay, so 4 of them are 200 calories. Okay, so these, but there's 5 in there. No, I'm putting it back in the freezer. We have more, we'll just add it to another thing. So these you just microwave. So is it a fancy meal? No, because we're microwaving, but get over it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put those in here. I think it's like 4 minutes. We'll see what's going on. Okay, and they'll sit there. In my pot, I have onions. Well, let me tell you what I did. I put just a little of this olive oil spray I showed you the other day in the bottom with some red pepper flakes, which are these bad boys right here, okay? Then I chopped up half of a white onion. It's the half I had left over from last night's dinner. So you wanna look in here and see? And then I just add some salt and pepper to taste. And then what I have over here is a few cloves of garlic. I like a lot. You don't even have to chop it this small because I'll tell you why in a second. But put it in there however much you like. I like a lot of garlic because it's a strong personality and I'm a fan. Okay, so put that in there with a little secret ingredient for my sauce. There's some salt and pepper. A little secret ingredient for my sauce is carrots. Okay, so just take a baby carrot, you know, like you have the snack on in the fridge, and chop them up. I chop them up finely because I want to take forever to cook. So now we stir that. Now what we're gonna add is a little Italian seasoning. Okay, you could use just a plain oregano. This one has like oregano, basil, dried basil, rosemary, whatever, just throw it in. Now the reason I make my own sauce is because when you buy those like marinara sauce things in the jar, a lot of them have so many calories because of the oil, the olive oil, and then they put a ton of sugar in there to make it taste sweet. And both of those are no-nos when I'm trying to lose some weight. By the way, 25.4 pounds. So those are no-nos. So I make this with very little oil, actually basically none, because I just do the spray. And then instead of sugar, I put the carrots in, which give it some sweetness. You know what I mean? So we're gonna let that sort of cook and those vegetables get really soft. Now again, it doesn't matter how small you chop those because we're gonna do something that's gonna blow your mind in just a second. Before we get to that, let's talk about tomatoes. So I just use whatever tomatoes I have left in the fridge. My favorite ones to use for this are those little cherry tomatoes because they have such a bright, they have a big flavor in terms of tomato flavor and a bright red color. I don't have any of those left. So what I had left was one Roma tomato, which doesn't have a lot of flavor. They're like my least favorite, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it. So, where should I chop, you think? Can I show them who's recording it? It's Salvador, but he hasn't showered yet. Hi, say hi. Okay, so we're just gonna sort of cut this up. Again, not my favorite tomato to use, but that's okay because my second favorite tomato is right over here. Again, you don't have to chop these very small. These are heirloom tomatoes, organic heirloom tomatoes I got at like Trader Joe's, I think. And I love these tomatoes because first of all, I love the color. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're orange. So it's kind of fun. And they have a really nice flavor. So I chop these up and I don't want to waste any, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. I chop these up as well. Now, one problem when you use the heirloom tomato is that your sauce isn't gonna be the color you want. And trust me that I understand wanting to coordinate. I understand the importance of color, but the sauce is gonna taste so good you won't care what color it is. And I have a little tip to make it the color you want. I'll show you in 1 second. So we just chop up the heirlooms, cut off the pieces you don't need. Now, if the skin's gonna bug you, you could blanch these really quickly and then put them in an ice water bath. So you cook them in some hot water very quickly, and then meatballs are ready. And then throw them in a ice bath, and the skin's gonna peel right off. Now, I don't care about that because the big magic that I'm gonna do with them in a second that I keep teasing. Okay, meatballs out. I think 4 minutes was good. You could of course make your own meatballs.
Let's see.
You could of course make your own meatballs, but seriously, I don't have the time. And what I love about this sauce is it's so fast. Okay, ready? So our tomatoes, carrots, onions, garlic are all ready. We're going to throw these tomatoes in. Okay, we're gonna do a little more pepper and a little more salt and stir. Now the tomatoes are gonna cook really fast because tomatoes are mostly water and they cook fast. Here, come look in, can you look inside? Look at the beautiful colors when you put the heirlooms in there. Isn't that pretty? But it doesn't look like any like marinara, quote, marinara that you've ever seen before. So we're going to throw in a little tomato paste. This is just gonna give it that yummy tomato, bright tomato flavor because it's like concentrated tomatoes. Just a little like squeeze-a-boo in there. And it's also gonna make the sauce a more familiar color. Okay, so see I'm stirring. I'm gonna put the lid on this. I'm gonna get my magic little utensil ready that's gonna blow your mind. We're gonna let this cook, push pause, and once these, oh wait, it's that fake commercial I'm throwing to. Once my take two. Once my tomatoes cook down, we'll be back to show you how I'm gonna bring the sauce together. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so our sauce has been cooking and it looks all done. Can I show you what it looks like when it's all done? Look. See how it all comes together? Almost like a little soupy, but much chunkier than that. Now you could use this as your sauce if you really like chunks, if you're into it. Personally, I like a little smooth sauce. So something you could do is you could take an immersion blender, which I have here. You go zzz, 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 zzz. It would work great. Let's take it up a notch. This is so fun. This is a NutriBullet. You can make smoothies, you can make whatever you want. It's a very powerful and a very fun thing. And one day we were making smoothies and I thought, I bet I could make a sauce, which is how this idea came to life for me. So if you have one of these, you can scoop all this stuff and all the chunky tomatoes. And Salvador, when this is cooking, you looked inside, you said it looked like what?
Mangoes, pineapple, and watermelon.
It totally does look like that. It's not gonna taste like that. All right, get all of it. If you wanna leave some chunks, you can leave a little chunky in the bottom. Again, I like it smooth, so I put it all in there. Okay. So now, you wanna come in here for the fun part? You screw this on with the blade inside. And this is going to go, oh shoot, wait, I forgot something. Tastes good. Some fresh basil. This is really gonna brighten it, and you really wanna, cause the meatballs aren't exactly fresh, so you wanna put some fresh ingredients in your sauce to really, like fresh herbs to really make it come alive, So you can just rinse that off, throw those in there. Oops. And there you go. Okay, we're going to do that, and then watch how fast this happens. Congratulations, you're done. Now, this is the hard part, getting it open. Every time. The other day, it was so hard to get open, we had to tag team it. I think it's because Mother Hubbard.
Heat expands.
Yeah, because the heat makes it expand. So the other day, I had to put it in the freezer for 3 minutes, and that really cooled it down. So why don't we time out, we'll get that out, and I'll show you how I assemble my LasagnaOhNoYouDidn't. Okay, so it's been in here for 3 minutes to cool down, and oh, yeah, that worked. That totally worked. Okay, so now is when we start assembling. I let my meatballs stay in here, and here's how we do. You could just, you know what, I'm just gonna pour this back in the pan. But see how different that consistency is? Now I have to just taste it. Kick this door open. There we go. I'm just gonna taste it just to make sure. It's got a little more salt, but it tastes so bright. Those fresh tomatoes, that basil makes it go, ah! Really good.
Salt to taste.
Salt to taste a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit, here, let me show you how I assemble it. Because part of it's making it pretty too. You get your plate, and then you pour just a little bit in the bottom.
Is it because most people eat with their eyes first?
You could say that. Look who didn't want to talk and us come into life. Okay, so I put a little on the bottom. You can do it any way you want, but I like it to make it pretty. Okay, so a nice thick layer. Then you take your meatballs here. Look, and they're still hot. We're gonna lay them down. See?
And how many calories is 4 meatballs?
4 meatballs, 200 calories.
And that's 1 whole serving?
Yeah. So, then the sauce, which I don't think has a lot. Now it's like, what are you doing, Ross? You've gone nuts. No, I haven't. We're gonna take some cottage cheese. Where should I put the cottage cheese? Like in the middle?
I would dollop on, like...
How about on each one?
Drizzle dollop, yeah.
Okay. And the cottage cheese, this is what makes it taste like,
It's very pretty.
Is it pretty? Now I'm thinking it looks like a mess. Okay. Then we're gonna take some pepper. This is what makes it taste like, the cottage cheese, what totally brings the lasagna-ness to it. 2 little,
Because in lasagna you use ricotta cheese?
you can, look. Pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanna taste it? All right, so we have turkey meatball, my signature sauce of tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, onions, garlic, fresh rosemary, and then some low-fat cottage cheese. Put this together. Are you ready? It tastes just like lasagna. And guess what? I don't feel like I'm missing anything except those size 38 pants. Bye guys, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you make it, tag me. See you tomorrow, bye. Don't you wish you could eat lasagna?